When the weather gets warmer and the seasons change, I keep thinking of adding a basket bag to my wardrobe to accessorize my summer outfits. Basket bags are so on trend right now. Not only you can use it while you're on the beach or on vacation, but also for day-to-day wear. When I first saw this basket bag displayed in the store, and instantly I know I can turn it into a bucket bag with drawstring that I've been looking for one for years. This bag I purchased is actually a pretty good find. As you can see, it is a small tote of open top, but it comes fully lined and even has a slip pocket inside to hold your phone. I got two belts of the same style to use as shoulder straps and try to find the longest available length so that they can be worn as a crossbody. I intentionally chose the belts that come with a decorative buckle since I plan to utilize the rivet, which is the metal stud on the back, as a closure for the adjustable strap. This is the pattern for the insert. Instead of cutting a long band of fabric that spans the entire circumference, I cut it into two pieces. Each one is the length of half of the circumference. So I just lay the pattern over two layers of fabric and cut it out all at once. The reason behind it is to create two openings in the side seams where I can insert the drawstring. So when stitching the side seams, I will intentionally leave out a section here. The stitching line will begin from the bottom and stops at the cord channel, and then begins again from the folding line to the top. So from a pattern, it turns into a sewn up insert, and this is how it looks like. I have two side seams, one here and then the other one there. And if I folded up the edge, you may visualize it better. And this is what I meant by creating an opening for the cord to go through. So there I can feed in my cord. Now it's time to sew the line of stitching for the cord channel, and I'll run the line of stitching 1 inch away from the folding edge. I'm going to reinforce the top and the bottom edges of the opening with a few additional stitches. This reinforcement will add durability to the area where the cord will be inserted and pulled. After sewing the insert, I then went ahead to attach the shoulder straps to the bag. We have two belts for this. For the first one, I need to make a cut here to use the little part that has a belt loop, and it will be attached to one end while leaving the other belt uncut. And this way, the belt can run through the shoulder, pass through the loop, and then come off from this end to snap close. Let's proceed with assembling the shoulder straps to the bag. First, we need to create an opening on one side of the bag to insert the shoulder strap. Using a pair of pliers, gently stretch open the weave to make a small opening just large enough for the strap to go through. On the opposite side of the bag, let's attach the part that has the belt loop using sewing thread. Right underneath it, I slide in the buckle and position it backward so that the rivet faces the exterior. And using a seam ripper, I gently created a small hole in the lining, and then with a little bit of force, I pressed the rivet to the exterior of the bag. Now we have to stitch up the closing. We'll be using a heavier thread specifically designed for denim, which will make it stronger and more durable. And the best part is that we can take advantage of the previously stitched holes and use them to create a back stitching pattern. With each stitch that comes up from the back, bring the needle back down into the same hole of the previous stitch. Again, bring the needle up. The hole of the previous stitch is where the needle goes down. Before attaching the insert to the bag, I sewed a line of stitching in a contrasting color. And this stitching line serves to align with the rim of the basket so as to ensure an even height all across the circumference. And in my case, it is a 4 inches height. So grab your needle and thread it with double strand. We're going to attach the insert to the lining of the bag by slip stitching. And the first thing is we have to fold down the insert to align with the top edge of the black lining. And then we'll poke our needle down to the black lining. Move the needle left and bring the needle out on the folded edge of the insert. And keep going. Down to the lining. Move towards left and bring the needle out on the folded edge. As you can see, the beauty of slip stitching is that it leaves no visible stitches on the right side of the fabric. And of course, don't forget to remove the red line of stitching. Finally, we have reached the last step, and it's time to insert the draw cords. I have 2 suede cords here, each measuring 1 meter in length. We'll insert the first cord from this side, let it loop around and bring out at the same entry point, leaving the tails on the same side. Then we'll insert the second cord from the opposite side, loop through the circumference, and have the tails coming out on this side. This way, we'll have 2 drawstrings pulling in opposite directions. Now let's grab a safety pin. We're going to tie one end of the cord to it and using it as a guide to fit in the channel. Just use the other hand to catch the safety pin and then continuously moving throughout the entire circumference until it comes out at the point where it enters. Once it's out, I like to tie the ends immediately to avoid accidental pulling while adding the second drawstring. That's my bucket bag all complete, and I can't wait to share this moment with you. Let me draw my bag close. It turned out incredibly well, isn't it? And I just couldn't be happier.